Last week, we got to give nearly 100 longtime 2K community members a first look at NBA 2K20.
It's just amazing, to just see how far 2K has come.
The My Player Builder is crazy.
Everybody mouth is gonna drop when they see them badges.
This special invite gave us an opportunity to see, hear, and capture some amazing first impressions.
Whoa, I'm playing with women in 2K. This is crazy, but it's amazing.
We'll have lots more for you.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Good evening, sports fans. This is 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny Smith. And our coverage tonight will be coming to you from Milwaukee, where the Bucks will be going up against the Philadelphia 76ers. Checking out the 76ers, it hasn't been the most lively start to the season for them, just 1-3 through their first 4 games, but they can start things moving in the right direction with a win here tonight. And every time we watch Eric Bledsoe, Kenny, it's amazing how big he plays for a guy who stands 6'1".
Yeah, he's extremely strong, got a big wingspan, can fill the ball up, and can get you about 7 assists pretty much every time. He can fill the ball up? He can fill it up, fill the rim up.
Okay. You fill the ball up, so he's pumping up the balls too before. Okay. He does it all, this guy.
Ernie, you're going to make fun of every time I make a small
error.
Just a small error.
He never backs down, and he's fearless going to the rack. See, Kenny, you got to keep it short and sweet so Ernie can't overanalyze the situation.
Okay.
Yeah, my bad. I'm sorry. You were right. He does fill up the ball. Here's Kevin Harlan.
K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA. Downtown Milwaukee is seen from the shore of Lake Michigan on a cloudless day. Thanks for tuning in to the NBA on 2K Sports. It's Wednesday, hump day, and we're ready to bring you all the action. Joined in the booth with Greg Anthony and Brent Berry, this is Kevin Harlan. Our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. After this game, the Bucks head back out on the road. And guys, this is the first they're seeing of the 76ers this year. The previous season series split right down the middle. These teams were quite evenly matched.
The game is the first of a 3-game season series for these clubs, both looking to take round 1.
And I don't know if I'm going to call these guys rivals, but as conference opponents, they're still familiar with each other. Neither team will want to give an inch in this first meeting.
We are nearly ready for the tip-off, but first, let's hear from our very own David Aldridge. DA, it's all yours.
Well, guys, Ben Simmons grew up playing Australian rules football. It may be one reason he's so comfortable attacking defenses and creating. He said, you have to read the defenders, draw them, then get rid of it. Otherwise, you're going to get tackled. Well, that's a foul in the NBA, but I understand his sentiment, guys.
And David, he is not shy about contact at all. Thanks. Evident in this one, Brent, the youth movement in full effect. What advice would you have for inexperienced players who have to take on bigger roles?
The thing I always talk to younger players about, Kevin, is always accentuate the positives. Do what you do best and show that off as consistently as possible, and then take the summers to improve your weaknesses. Players always improve the most during their off season, but when coaches are asking you to accentuate your positives, stay right in that role and be the best you can with that. Work on the weaknesses in the offseason.
Helps too if you have a coach who's in that mindset of developing and showing some patience.
Well, not only a coach, Kevin, I'll go as far as to say that sometimes when you have a young player get drafted, for him to have a mentor automatically on that first team that he's with, starting his first 3 or 4 years in the league, is vitally important. And you'll see, if you go through track records, some of the most successful teams have had veterans in position where the young star is trying to find his footing.
All right, let's set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. So on the floor for Philadelphia, Joel Embiid out there with Horford. Then there's Tobias Harris. Then it's Josh Richardson. And it's Simmons in at the 1 spot. The first one falls.
Well, it's interesting as Giannis has grown in this league. The Greek Freak we know is so versatile, just competing to be one of the best players in the business.
Both free throws good from Antetokounmpo.
You think about a coach looking into the eyes of one of his players and telling him to match up with Giannis Antetokounmpo and all the things that he brings to the table. That's a long night of restlessness before you match up. Press up on him, he'll blow by you. In transition, he's at the rim in 2 dribbles. Tough to stop that kid.
And guys, really admire how Simmons finds the open man consistently. The vision, the unselfishness. That's what you want to see out of him.
Now here's Bledsoe. Turned in an outstanding game against New York. It's good. And he makes his first shot of the game.
A guy who converts well at the rim, you like to see the aggression there.
Yeah, it's the first quarter, and he's already in attack mode, setting the tone right here.
Here's Embiid. Stolen by Bledsoe. Here's Middleton. There's the dish to Bledsoe. And Ilyasova kicks to Antetokounmpo. Pass to Middleton. Shot clock at 6. Off target from outside. Philadelphia with the ball. Passes it to Simmons. Offensive rebound. Embiid lays it up and in on the nice reverse. Embiid's got his second basket of the night. And so Antetokounmpo will bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. Middleton on the wing. Richardson covering. Horford against Middleton. Back to Ilyasova. And stolen by Richardson. To the paint. And Harris gets it to go on the assist by Richardson. Harris has got his first bucket of the night. Bledsoe against Simmons. Bledsoe looking it over. The 3. Buries it from 3-point range. Bledsoe's got 5 now.
Eric Bledsoe continues to work on that range to get more consistent. That time knocks down the 3.
Now for the Bucks in 2017, Brent, disagreement over front office candidates, a divided leadership structure. If you're on that roster, how much of those kinds of things concern you?
I don't think the players are worried about that at all, because what you have now is a new voice in the locker room. You're going to have to learn a lot of new language, new offense, new defense, and that's enough to make you think just about basketball and not the business of basketball, Kevin.
The Bucks shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
And just to mention, a season ago, they were very comfortable at the line, hitting about 78% of their free throws.
And he knocks down the first one. And a long way to go, Brent, but there are some early signs of a legitimate playoff contender, championship contender.
When we talk about that, Kevin, you and I always are leery of the fact of how many of these guys have had the experience of being scarred up in the early rounds of the playoffs, having to advance or beat a team that's proven before. Right now, there are some teams out there that are raising our eyebrows where we think they're going to have an opportunity. If they keep growing like this and they keep finding this type of consistency, they could be dangerous.
You'd like to think they're going to use those scars, as you say, from the past and motivate them even more.
Well, those are the teams who we believe can always take the next step.
Sure.
It's the young teams that are unproven, even though they're playing well, where we sometimes wonder, will they be able to maintain this kind of focus come playoff time?
Here is Bledsoe after Ben Simmons' bucket. Bledsoe right side over Simmons. No good off the back of the rim.
And forcing the miss there, he just knows how to pressure you defensively.
You hear a lot about rim protection. This is a good example of how valuable it can be.
Now here's Simmons. A 14-point game for him in the win against the Pistons in Detroit. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 or 3 so far.
The incredible focus of Simmons. Nothing gets to this guy, even when he's getting bodied by the defense.
And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game. They are coming into this having notched a win against the Knicks in their last game.
And I know the defense wasn't great, but yet and still, their ability to stay composed was impressive.
Well, it led to a big scoring effort, taking advantage of every weakness. So any possession the defense wasn't aggressive on, they were on the offensive end.
Hold up, I don't know what planet I'm on. I'm a king, look, watch the throne. I feel like bottom, yeah. Steady cause it heavy, yeah. I'm ballin' hard just like a maverick. When he stretch long, look like a elastic. Now that steady calling me Mr. Fantastic, yeah. Hey, no, I keep up. If you play, boy, I tell you.
A platoon swap here for Milwaukee. And Philadelphia will go for a different look here. Greg Monroe, he's checked in for Joel Embiid. Ennis comes in for Al Horford. Korkmaz checked in for Richardson. And it's T.J. McConnell in for Harris. And there's the call on James Ennis. That is his first foul of the game. Lopez finds Hill. Bucks passing it around. Pass to Matthews. Over Simmons. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. Matthews has got his first points of the night. The pass to Monroe. Hill against Simmons. Now McConnell. Step back shot. Again, Philadelphia.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
Hill kicks to Lopez. And there's a whistle that goes against Greg Monroe. That's his first foul. .127 left here in the opening quarter. Here's Connaughton. That 3 off the mark. And Simmons has got the ball here for the Philadelphia 76ers. They put up a nice win against Detroit the last time out.
Playing on the road, always a challenge, but it becomes a heck of a lot easier when you can shoot the 3 ball the way they did.
I just like their confidence. Even when they did miss, it felt like that's the shot they were designing to get, so it never seemed to faze them.
The 76ers shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line.
And as a group, they shot 75% from the line last season.
Two shots. Roof shots.
First free throw is good. And Philadelphia making a change here. Bikes is checked in. And so he makes both from the line. 1:12 left to play in the first quarter. Here's Connaughton. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Makes it off the glass.
Phenomenal use of the body there to free himself up from the defender and get a clean look at the basket.
Now, here's McConnell. He's guarded by Hill. Lays it up off the glass. McConnell's got his second bucket of the night.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Outside Hill. Here's Matthews. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound.
I'd just like to see the defensive effort get better for their ball club. They can't expect guys to miss the mid-range Jays every time. Coaching staff high-fiving themselves there, watching that team move the ball around, doing whatever is best for the team.
Knocked away. Outside Hill. And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball.
You two players.
It'll be a jump ball. So it's the Bucks now. And Lure gets it to go. Lure's got his first basket. And so, both teams trading buckets as we end the first quarter. 76ers ahead, up 3. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back in just a moment. A native of Cameroon, Joel Embiid talks about making a quick transition to the United States.
Not knowing English, obviously at the beginning, it was a little bit hard to express myself. Obviously, I can speak English perfectly now, so that's a plus, and I'm just doing myself.
And that unique sense of humor, Greg, is a specialty of Embiid's.
He's a fun-loving guy who's become a must-follow on social media. And the transition he's made has been remarkable.
And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And guys, what's your take on the 76ers so far?
So far, they've been active, scoring the basketball, built up a little lead here, and looking good.
Well, when you come out in the first quarter with that kind of offense, obviously the game plan is in full effect. Let's see if they can keep that momentum going.
So on the floor for Philadelphia, we've got Dwight Bikes. Greg Monroe is out there with Ennis. And it's T.J. McConnell. And it's Korkmaz in the 3 spot.
That's pretty much all length from George Hill to get to that rejection.
And the Bucks making a change here. Antetokounmpo's checked in. Then for the 76ers, Horford comes in for Ennis. And Harris subbed in for T.J. McConnell. The Bucks trail. Hill passes to Matthews. Antetokounmpo against Harris. Now here's Antetokounmpo. He's guarded closely.
Every so often, Tobias Harris showing you something defensively, and great timing to throw that one away.
A different look from Milwaukee. Brook Lopez is checked in for Lopez. Chris Middleton comes in for Lure. And Eric Bledsoe subbed in for Hill. Joel Embiid, he's checked in for the 76ers. Josh Richardson comes in for Korkmaz. Here's Antetokounmpo, another key contributor to that nice win against New York. And Brent, you look at Giannis Antetokounmpo's slashing game, standing maybe a hair under 7 foot tall. How do you even put it into words?
Well, it's hard to imagine a more perfect frame for today's game in terms of getting in transition, having a versatile offensive game, putting it down, getting to the rack. The one thing that we're anxious to see is whether or not Giannis will develop the type of range from the three-point line that makes it respectable. Other than that, he's pretty much unstoppable.
Here is Matthews after the made shot from Joel Embiid. And the Bucks miss again. The 76ers leading by 3. We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Richardson kicks to Bikes. Horford dishes to Bikes. Harris outside. 5 on the clock. Unable to get that one. The Bucks go the other way with it. They've got the Timberwolves ahead of them next in Minneapolis. That'll be just one game played away from home for them.
Even with a hand in his face, that means Giannis in a good rhythm on that particular shot.
Here's Richardson. Giannis Antetokounmpo making his last shot. Here's Bikes, guarded by Bledsoe, sinks it, and the shot from Bikes.
And just enough wiggle room to get off his shot.
Tremendous focus with the bigger guy all over him. It speaks to the toughness he has down there.
Now here's Bledsoe. He has 5. Can't hit from 12. Richardson against Matthews. Pass to Harris. Wide open look. Jump shot is good. And now a 5-point 76ers lead.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Antetokounmpo kicks to Middleton. Here's Bledsoe. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Bledsoe's got 7 points in the game.
Middleton right now staying aware of where his teammates are and hitting them when they're open.
Here's Bikes, guarded by Bledsoe. Embiid, no good.
And listen, you can't design a play any better to get a look that good. Just couldn't knock it down.
The best players know that is going to happen, and you just can't let it get into your head. It's a shot that you want to take.
Now here's Richardson, following the miss by Giannis Antetokounmpo. For 3, Harris. And it's Eric Bledsoe with the rebound. Bucks trail by 3. So many modern offenses no longer rely on a point guard to initiate the play. Tell us a little bit more. Walk us through that process.
I think a lot of teams, Kevin, are getting more towards motion offenses, almost playing in a secondary break where you've either coming off a score, you're coming down the floor, the point guard gets off the ball, and with all the players moving around and with the multifaceted skill set of your small forward and your power forward who's now playing at the point, distributing the ball, setting screens, DHO. Because of that skill set, you don't really have the heavy reliance on point guard domination with the basketball, setting up every play, and being the only playmaker on the floor. Now you have 3 and sometimes 4 getting that job done.
Ilyasova, he's checked in for Milwaukee. Pat Connaughton comes in for Wesley Matthews. Then for the 76ers, T.J. McConnell comes in for Josh Richardson, and it's Ben Simmons in for Dwight Bikes. And Eric Bledsoe drops them both. Eric Bledsoe, Greg, one of the league's best slashers.
Yeah, he gets to the rim with regularity, and he finishes at a high rate, lives at the line. He is a nightmare in the open court.
Simmons. And yes, it's good. Simmons got his 3rd bucket of the night.
And how about the passion of Simmons, just sticking with it on the glass?
Antetokounmpo looking over the floor. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
And how about the execution on that play? The screen was set up in exactly the right spot.
And the finish wasn't too bad either.
Yeah, it's funny how you see so many picks, but this one sets up the defense well. No one rotates over. Bang!
He gets it in there.
The mindset right now is pretty strong. Superb at staying aggressive and right now stringing some plays together.
Bledsoe outside. Count it. Bledsoe's got 6 points in the quarter.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Simmons on the wing. Guarded by Bledsoe. Passes to Embiid. And it's sent back by Lopez.
If they play it right, we're talking a 2-for-1.
Yeah, this is where it comes down to really good clock management, and you want to maximize each of your possessions.
Here's Connaughton. This one for 3, and Lopez gets it to go. Lopez has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. For Philadelphia, they've gone 5 of 11 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. Right side, Simmons. Nice follow through on the fadeaway. Simmons got it all tied up now for the 76ers. Now here's Bledsoe. He's got 11. Kicks it to Antetokounmpo. Over Harris. And Antetokounmpo with the basket on the assist by Bledsoe. That's now 8 points for Giannis Antetokounmpo. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Bucks lead by 2. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, Kevin. Chris, you guys were able to get the lead. What was the key to getting all those open shots?
It was just getting stops, getting rebounding, getting out and pushing, finding lanes, finding open guys.
And you made the most of it, Chris. Thanks a lot. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
We welcome you back. Ernie Johnson with Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Quite the tussle there in the first half, huh? A competitive matchup for Milwaukee in the first quarter. They were unable to ever build a big lead in the first period, with 3 points being their largest cushion. They took control of the game in the second quarter, coming back to take a 2-point lead into the locker room with them. Kenny, your thoughts on the Bucks' first half?
Well, I think they're feeling the energy of this hometown crowd. Sometimes you get a little complacent and comfortable in your surroundings, but no, they fed off adrenaline in the first half.
And over to Shaq. What did you think about Philadelphia?
Well, this is a close game. Every point matters. Right now, they're not getting to the line much. To win this kind of matchup, you got to be the aggressor. You got to be, you just got to be aggressive. Let's just see if they can ramp up their intensity, Ernie.
Thanks for joining us, folks. We're now just a few minutes away from the start of the third quarter.
Welcome back to the Great Lakes. We're back on the shores of Lake Michigan, here in Milwaukee, and the buildings in the background at Sunset in Wisconsin. And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. You know, Eric Bledsoe has been exceptional here, guys.
Yeah, good things happen when you maintain composure. Their shot selection has been extremely disciplined.
Hey, Greg, is there a shot that he's taken that has been out of the flow of the offense? I don't think so.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. Middleton and Giannis are out on the wings. Ilyasova out there with Brook Lopez, and it's Bledsoe in at point guard. They're the group for Mike Budenholzer starting the second half. Score the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
How about the speed of Bledsoe on that drive right there? Fantastic at slashing inside and finishing.
Shoots from the elbow. Rebounded by the Bucks. And Middleton kicks to Bledsoe. Tipped away. And so the ball is out of bounds. Richardson touched it last.
And checking out the stats for Horford. Good season for him last year. Last season, he averaged 13 points a game, 7 rebounds, and 4 assists. And every team needs a good backup big to spell the starters, and that's what he brings to the table.
The role consists of rebounding, setting screens, protecting the rim. Anything else he gives you is found change in the couch.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
Richardson finds Simmons. Over Middleton. No good from Simmons. Bucks leading by 4. And Ben Simmons, who missed the first season in the NBA with an injury. Boy, Greg, was he worth the wait.
And you knew he'd be a special kind of player after being taken first overall, but he is so unique in how great of a player he is. His ability to command attention on offense without having a great outside shot really is something you just don't see in today's NBA.
Now here's Simmons, following the miss by Eric Bledsoe. Another miss by Philadelphia.
And they just cannot seem to get it going so far in this half, missing their first 3 shots.
They double team Bledsoe. Middleton on the wing, lets it go from deep, and again the Bucks miss.
Well, if they had an edge at halftime, they might have lost it, beginning this half 1 of 5.
And the rejection by Antetokounmpo.
Well, you go in there weak like that, and a guy like Giannis with his length is going to throw it away.
Outside, Simmons. He kicks to Harris. Over onto Tacumbo. That one wide left.
And he completely threw the timing off on that jumper. That is how you D up.
Playing with tremendous aggressiveness without fouling. That's an excellent job.
Now here's Middleton. Dishes to Ilyasova. And again, the Bucks miss. The 76ers trail by 4. To the middle, here's Embiid. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. And that's now 10 points for Joel Embiid.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. With today's superstars often joining forces, Brent, we hear some retired legends saying they wanted to beat their rivals, not join their rivals. What do you think?
I saw a lot of joining going on from some of the guys who make those comments, Kevin. So that sort of stuff just eludes me as to where it's coming from. This league has always been dominated by teams that have at least two, if not three, upper echelon
superstar
players that end up winning titles. So it's happening now. It happened then. It will continue to happen.
Substitution here for Milwaukee. Lopez, he's checked in for Lopez. Luer comes in for Ilyasova. Matthews, he's checked in for Chris Middleton. And George Hills subbed in for Eric Bledsoe. And Philadelphia will go for a different look here. Monroe's checked in for Embiid. Ennis comes in for Al Horford. Korkmaz checked in for Richardson. And it's Dwight Bikes in for Harris. Now here's Matthews. Down low, here's Korkmaz. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Korkmaz has got the game tied up here for the 76ers. And here's Hill, who will bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. Just 4 points, that's all they've given up here in the second half. Lopez inside, covered by Monroe. The shot's good from Lopez.
And at his height, you have to like what he gives you as a shooter.
Well, when he squares up from the medium range, there's little things you could do to stop him.
Here's Bikes, and the 76ers tack on 2 more. And here is Antetokounmpo. Pass to Hill. High post Lopez. Outside, Antetokounmpo. 1:53 left in the third. And there's a whistle that goes against Greg Monroe. That's foul number 2 for him. Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for the Bucks. And the 76ers also making a change. McConnell's checked in. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Here's Luer. Milwaukee, no good that time either. The 76ers have gone 3 of 8 so far in the third quarter, looking to lock in that rhythm. And Simmons slams it in.
And the vertical of Simmons, an extraordinary dunker when given the chance to shine.
Connaughton kicks to Lopez. Right side Hill. It's good.
Yeah, the D has not been able to keep the ball out of the paint at that end of the floor.
Simmons passes to Ennis. And there's the pass to Korkmaz. Simmons against Matthews. And the call will be against Robin Lopez. That is his first foul of the game. Joel Embiid. He's checked in for Ennis. Joel Embiid. There's 57 seconds left in the third. McConnell finds Simmons. And it goes down 2 points. Simmons got 4 points now in the quarter.
And I like that they're not settling. Getting the ball on the interior, 8 of their last 10 coming that way.
Outside Matthews. Pass to Lopez. The kick out to Hill. Down to 5 on the shot clock. A 3 from Matthews. And Joel Embiid pulls it down. Embiid's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Here's Simmons. Looks good, is good. That's his 7th basket in 12 tries.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Outside Hill.
76ers foul call. TJ McConnell. That's his first personal foul.
First trip to the line for him here.
How about last season? Made about 79% of his attempts, so those are really quality numbers.
Two shots.
Free throw drops for Hill.
And the athleticism that George Hill can bring to the point guard position makes him impressive. He does it so well on both ends, especially when he's engaged.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
Kevin, these are easy points. Remember, free throws.
Here's McConnell. It's off.
Well, Hill is using his size and speed now on the defensive end, and that's bothering the shooter.
It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. 76ers on top, up 2. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the two-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or two when he needs to.
Even though the position is called shooting guard, passing part of your responsibilities in today's game.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. Taking a look at the 76ers, Monroe is out there with Simmons. Then it's Joel Embiid, and it's TJ McConnell, and it's Korkmaz at the 2 spot.
Middleton only takes a second to get that shot off. Such a good catch-and-shoot game.
And Simmons kicks to Monroe. Back to Simmons. Passes it to McConnell. And the basket is good. And the 76ers lead by 1. Boy, right down to the wire here. Still anyone's ball game.
Yeah, and after all the energy both sides have expended, both teams still hungry for the win.
Now here's Ilyasova. Middleton outside. Just 5 on the clock. And there's a whistle that goes against Greg Monroe. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Lopez, he's checked in for Robin Lopez. Then for the 76ers, Al Horford's checked in for Monroe. Tobias Harris comes in for Simmons. And Josh Richardson subbed in for Korkmaz. Bledsoe outside. The Bucks working the ball around. Clock at 6. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. Embiid's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Richardson the pass to Horford. Count the basket.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
Bucks trail by 3. Bledsoe outside. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. Embiid's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Richardson finds McConnell. Here's Embiid. For three, Harris. It's good from long range. And now a 6-point 76ers lead.
That's a shot that Tobias Harris is really working hard on to become more consistent as a threat from the three-point line.
Middleton the pass to Lopez. They need this. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So one free throw coming up.
No clue how he got that one to fall.
Milwaukee making a switch here. Antetokounmpo's checked in.
One shot.
And last season, not the one Brook Lopez wanted to have before heading into free agency.
He just never seemed to find a place with the Lakers and saw his minutes decline as he wasn't in their plans. Averaged a career low in terms of minutes played per game last year. And I think he still's got a lot to offer and should bounce back closer to his all-star level of output.
And it's Antetokounmpo with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. They trail by 3. For 3, Bledsoe. Good for his 6th make in a dozen attempts, shooting 50% with that basket.
I mean, letting that guy shoot freely from out there, he's going to destroy you from the perimeter if you do that.
For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. To the paint. Lays it up off the glass. Horford's got 4 points in the quarter.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Pass to Antetokounmpo. The kick out to Ilyasova. Bledsoe outside. Here's Antetokounmpo to take the lead. That one no good. So Philadelphia will take it the other way. It's Richardson on the wing. Back to McConnell. Antetokounmpo against Harris. Kicks it to Horford. Over Ilyasova. Again, Philadelphia.
Everybody knows that the ball is going to Horford in that situation because he routinely makes big shots.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee.
And Kevin, he saw his guys just a little sluggish out there. Oftentimes a timeout like this allows you to kind of just reset.
Chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Ben Simmons.
And the decision-making tonight has just been outstanding. If the shot hasn't been there for him, he's just kept the ball moving. And that patience is how he's gotten his field goal percentage to almost 60 here tonight.
It's a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey guys, I was able to listen to what Mike Budenholzer told his team during that timeout. He said, guys, we have got to get back in transition, run on the court and score in our early offense, and that will help our transition defense. See if they can pick up the tempo, Kevin.
And it's Harris off the drive. Over onto Antetokounmpo, and that one hits back iron.
I like the defensive effort. They did a good job altering the mid-range shot and then making the shooter feel a bit uneasy.
Here's Bledsoe. Milwaukee, no good that time either. Philadelphia leading by 4. And Harris wide open. He shoots. A three-pointer, no good.
Well, the defense better look up and say thanks. Leaving guys that wide open is not a recipe for success.
And Middleton kicks to Bledsoe. 1:21 left in the fourth quarter of this one. And stolen by McConnell. Here's Embiid, and Embiid throws it down.
I like seeing Josh Richardson distribute the ball, especially when his teammates are wide open. That makes for an easy pass.
Milwaukee has gone 2 of 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Here's Antetokounmpo. No good, and they can't put an end to this drought. McConnell finds Richardson. And no good, his first shot of the night, missing. For Milwaukee, they've gotten only 3 of their 9 field goal attempts to go down since the end of the third. Pretty cold down the stretch. Here's Bledsoe. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
Bledsoe and big shots going together.
And Simmons, he's checked in for the 76ers.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
The free throw drops for Eric Bledsoe.
A good guy to have on the free throw line when the score is close, and he takes care of business as usual.
And Simmons kicks to Embiid. Over Lopez. It's rebounded by Ilyasova.
And you got to give him credit there. Great effort to contest that shot.
Well, I love the fact that they put the security system on their house, protecting the paint there.
It's good! And that shot brings them to within just 1.
Oh, that is the play of the game.
Nothing more rewarding than hitting the big shot for your team.
29 seconds left to play here in the fourth. They'll be trying to take as much time off the clock as they can.
Exactly. Expect to see longer possessions from this point on.
Now here's Simmons. Shot clock at 6. He kicks it to Embiid. Over Lopez. Money!
And look at how quick he was to bite on the pump fake. Left his feet way too soon.
Timeout called, the Bucks. They're trailing by 3. 5 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Guys, what's your take?
And with this much time, they should be able to draw up a play and get themselves a decent look from the three-point line. Still, the D is going to be waiting for it in a contested 3. Never an easy shot.
Wow, I'm the people's champ. My chain light up like a lamp, cause now I'm back with the camp. I'm probably similar to an ant, cause I'm low to the earth. People's feelings get hurt when they figure out what I'm worth. I got foes poking out at the club, I'm showing out. Clear, ain't no doubt. Wanna know what I'm about? Biggest diamonds off in my mouth, princess cuts all in my chain, grain all in my range, dripping stains when I switch lanes. The name is still the same. Switch a house or switch a blast. Like Jones, he winning the game. Magnificent by this cash. Michael Watts, he made me hot. Hard work took me to the top. G-Dash took me to the lot. He wrote a check and bought a drop. I got the internet going nuts.
And stolen by Richardson. And that's out of bounds. Philadelphia will retain possession. Timeout called, the 76ers. They lead by 3. Just 4 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
But we don't never trip. All the muscle guys break dip. No, we never trick on that. No, I can't quit. No, I don't with that. But hey, put me on son. 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 Yeah, we really got done. Put me on son. 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 Yeah, we really going down. If they hatin', got a price to pay. California on my license plate. Last year they ain't even like the bay. Had to get it on my own. I could really get it if I want. You can't even get it on the phone. You ain't even know. window, run a whole mother slang. Yeah, bad, no my bang. Yeah, big bag with a hang. Yeah, you ain't really what you claim. Why you always in a
Here's Simmons, and they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those so they can get into the penalty.
Yeah, you know what? Smart foul. You got to try and extend the game.
So it's Philadelphia taking the W in a close one here. This win, such a tremendous emotional boost for them.
Really an accomplishment and crazy finish to take a road game like this and simply deflate an entire building.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much. Al, the coach mentioned he wanted to come into this building and do whatever was necessary to win. Did you think you guys had the intensity to get that done?
Yeah, no question. I like the energy from our team from the beginning. To be able to come in here and get a win like this, it feels good.
Great road win tonight, Al. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Brent Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan, along with our 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. So long and good night, everyone.